The semi-final of the Global Champions League Super Cup at the O2 Arena in Prague. The stage was set with shows and entertainment, yet it wasn't going to be a leisurely night out for the teams. Eight teams had qualified from the quarter-final, and they were joined by the 4 leading teams from the season. 12 squads were in for a high-octane night full of delicate fences and tricky lines. And only 6 teams would go through to the final, the other 6 would go home. Let's see how the semi-final played out. The semi-final started with Valkenswaard United and their highly experienced Marcus aiming at the fantastic Comme il faut. The opening round was perfect, except for the last fence. Frank Schuttert found himself caught in the trap of Uliano Vezzani, triple bar to the double of verticals. He wouldn't be the only one this evening in Prague. Cian O'Connor, seasoned, experienced and calm as ever, had PSG final jumping his socks off and delivered a needed clear. Home team Prague Lions now had something to aim at. And Niels Bruinseels, just like in the quarter-final, set the team on the right track. Marco Kutscher came in fresh, subbed on for Gerko Schröder, but the first fence went. Kutscher now had the team's margin down to 4 points and kept it together right to the finish line. Mark Houtzager changed horses and he rode Sterrenhof's Dante into the O2 Arena. The pair didn't take risks, but couldn't avoid the fault. The team's combined time placed the Lions behind United. Paris Panthers came to Prague with a lot of horsepower, and Derek Kenny gave Balou de Reventon a rest and saddled Romeo for the final.
This is great stuff, just the last to jump. Oh, look at that, look at the climb as well.
With pace and determination, Kenny delivered. Niall Nassar on his turn replied his teammates' effort with the same score.
How about that?
Oh, that is exactly back to form.
Would Gregory Watley bring the first triple clear of the semi-final? No. The double of uprights caught him, but the team did finish on the best score so far. Can Stars were the underdogs. How would they fare in the semis? Now the stakes are higher. Jane Richard Phillips set off with a high pace. Clipper jumped outstanding. So well, he nearly sent Jane flying out of the saddle. She recovered, but out of balance she was sent into the line of the doubles.
Very long fall. That was unfortunate. She did so well actually to recover.
Maurice Tabel and Don Diarado produced clear after clear in the season. And the stallion doesn't change his act from outdoors to indoors. Abdel Said rode confidently on Jumpy. But early on course, Jumpy's hind leg brushed the vertical in another combination. The Stars came under pressure. With a score of 8, they had left the door open. 2-time winners this season, Miami Celtics had made deliberate tactical changes to the team's setup. Jessica Springsteen, however, had an early fault on fence 2. Unfortunately, it didn't go better. 12 for the American. William Whittaker rode a smart clear in the quarter-final, and his powerful stallion felt the team needed another one. And so they produced one. Youngster Michael Duffy was moved to 3rd and last to go for the team. All the pressure on his shoulders. Only a clear would keep them in the top 6.
Real drive. Come on, Michael. Last one.
Got there.
Duffy did it. The Celtics were still breathing. Shanghai Swans had a clear game plan. Quick horses had to produce quick rounds. Peter Fredriksson and H&M Christian K were quick and clear.
This is a workmanlike performance, look at that.
This gave room to Shane Sweetnam. As he maneuvered well through the difficult double, it looked like the Irishman was good for another clear. The vertical of the playoffs, a fence that didn't play a big role so far, suddenly became an eye-catcher. With the Swans on 4th, Deusser got caught early on the track.
Oh, it's gone.
And instantly, the German switched to survival mode, producing one of the fastest rounds so far. The Swans were home and dry, but Miami Celtics dropped out of the top 6 and out of the final. Last year's winners Madrid in Motion featured father and son van der Vleuten as first two riders. Both Eric, who went first, and Michael, who went second, had the first part of the double of uprights down and clocked nearly the same time. But they steered the team to the danger zone. Just like last year, Eduardo Aznar was last to go. Rock-solid Rockefeller defended his legacy. The team's combined time placed them second. Madrid in Motion straight into the final at the cost of Prague Lions. Saint-Tropez Pirates was second last to go. Edwina Tops-Alexander took off on Caskel. The early four in the first combination wasn't a problem, but the fault on the playoffs upright got the Pirates in troubled water as she steered into the last line.
They are out of the danger zone and in the done zone, I'm afraid.
16 the score, and with two riders to go, the chances for the Pirates were blown over and out. Two times series champions, London Knights came out in force with Olivier Philipparts as trailblazer. The Belgian had the powerful H&M Extra to ride. Eager to get home, the BMW plank tumbled and the Knights were under attack. Martin Fuchs with Clooney took off, knowing that it had to be clear. Like to so many, the double did it again.
That is it.
That's it.
Ben Mears Clear kept the team on 12th, but what nobody considered possible became reality. The London Knights dropped out of the GCL Super Cup final. In the semi-finals of the GCL Super Cup, Paris Panthers produced the best result, and that takes them into pole position for the final. Last year's Super Cup winners Madrid in Motion recorded the fastest 8 points. 6 teams go through to the final of the Super Cup. Paris Panthers, Madrid in Motion, Valkenswaard United, Shanghai Swans, Monaco Aces and Cannes Stars. 6 teams leave the stage, and some with a big bang. It is the exit for Prague Lions, London Knights, Miami Celtics, Scandinavian Vikings, Chantilly Pegasus and Saint-Tropez Pirates. The focus shifts to the final, in which 6 teams come back for a 2-round challenge and they get a shot at the Lions' share of the €6.4 million purse. Those 6 teams have a date with history.